The moment every parent knows. You've done everything right. You fed them. You changed them. You rocked them for 45 minutes. But your baby is screaming and somehow getting more awake by the second. Here's the brutal truth that nobody told you at the hospital. Your baby isn't refusing to sleep because they're not tired. They're refusing to sleep because they're too tired. And the signs that got you here? You probably missed them 30 minutes ago. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share could change tonight for your family. I've spent years studying infant sleep science, breaking down research from leading pediatric sleep specialists, including work published in journals like Sleep Medicine Reviews and Guidance from the American Academy of Pediatrics. And what I keep finding is the same heartbreaking pattern. Parents aren't failing. They're just working with information that nobody clearly explained to them. So today, we're fixing that. We're going through the real, science-based signs of an overtired baby, the ones most parents completely miss, and I'm going to give you a clear, simple plan to never fall into this trap again. Drop a sleeping face in the comments right now if you've had an overtired baby meltdown this week. I promise, you are not alone. The science, what overtiredness actually does to a baby's brain. Before we get to the signs, you need to understand why overtiredness makes sleep harder, not easier. Because this is the piece that makes everything click. When your baby stays awake past their ideal sleep window, their tiny body goes into survival mode. The brain triggers a release of cortisol and adrenaline, the same stress hormones that keep you awake during a deadline crisis. According to research in developmental sleep biology, these hormones can take 1 to 2 hours to fully clear a baby's system.
Think about that.
By the time your baby hits that second wind and starts acting almost playful again, that's not them getting a boost of energy. That's cortisol doing its job, and it's working against you both. This is why pediatric sleep consultant Dr. Harvey Karp and researchers studying infant circadian rhythms consistently emphasize something called the wake window, the ideal amount of awake time a baby can handle before sleep becomes a biological battle. Here's the thing though, most parents are watching the clock.
But the clock isn't always right.
You need to watch your baby, and that starts with knowing exactly what to look for. Miss sign number 1, the zoning out stare. Here's the first sign most parents completely overlook, and it happens right in front of them. Your baby suddenly goes quiet. They stop engaging. Their eyes get a little glassy, almost like they're staring at something far away. Most parents assume the baby is just being calm or observing the room. They think, oh great, they're finally relaxing. But that blank, faraway stare? That's your baby's nervous system sending out the first distress flare. Researchers studying infant behavioral states describe this as a withdrawal cue, an early signal that the baby's brain is beginning to feel overwhelmed and is desperately craving rest. This is your golden window. The moment you see that glassy stare, you have roughly a 10 to 15 minute runway before the window slams shut. Start your sleep routine immediately. Dim the lights, reduce noise, begin your soothing sequence. A mom in our community named Sarah told me she used to think her son was just being zen. Turns out, every time he got that faraway look and she didn't act on it, they ended up in a 90-minute battle at bedtime. Once she recognized the stare for what it was, she started catching it, and their nights transformed within a week. Miss sign number 2, pulling ears and touching the face. Quick question for the comments. Has your baby ever pulled their ears and you automatically assumed it was teething? You're not alone, and the answer might surprise you. Ear pulling and face rubbing are classic overtired signals that get misread constantly. While ear infections and teething can cause ear touching, pediatric sleep experts point out that when ear pulling is paired with fussiness during a typical wake window, especially in younger infants, it's almost always tiredness, not teeth. The science behind this is fascinating. As babies become overtired, they experience a kind of sensory overload. Touching their own face and ears is a self-soothing mechanism, their body's automatic attempt to create comfort when the nervous system is screaming for rest. The actionable step here is simple. Context is everything. If your baby is pulling their ears around the end of their wake window, which for a 3-month-old is roughly 60 to 90 minutes, for a 6-month-old about 2 hours, treat it as a sleep cue first. Begin winding down. If the behavior continues after sleep, then call your pediatrician. Miss sign number 3, the sneaky second wind trap. This is the big one. This is the sign that tricks almost every parent, and it's the one I need you to remember after this video is over. Your baby was fussing. You were working towards sleep. Then suddenly, they light up,
Smiling, kicking.
reaching for toys. And you think, maybe they weren't tired after all. Maybe I'll give them another 20 minutes. Do not do this. That burst of energy is the cortisol surge I described earlier. It's your baby's stress response kicking into overdrive. Sleep researcher Dr. Mark Weisbluth, author of Healthy Sleep Habits, Happy Child, describes this second wind as the body's biological emergency response when rest has been delayed too long. The baby isn't more awake because they feel good. They're more awake because their body is in a mild state of physiological stress. If you miss this window and wait for your baby to fuss again, you're now fighting cortisol. The settling process will take significantly longer, sleep quality will be lighter and shorter, and you'll likely be dealing with early waking the next morning too. The move: when the second wind appears, treat it as a red alert, not a green light. Immediately begin your full sleep routine. Keep interactions minimal, keep your voice low, and stay consistent. The solution: your simple overtired recovery plan. All right, so here's what you actually do when you realize your baby is already overtired and you need to recover the situation tonight. Step 1. Reduce stimulation immediately. Turn off screens, dim every light in the room, and lower your voice to barely above a whisper. You are manually trying to lower cortisol. Step 2. Use rhythmic, monotonous movement. A slow, consistent rock or sway, not fast and bouncy, mimics the womb environment and helps signal safety to the nervous system. Research on vestibular stimulation in infants shows that slow, rhythmic motion measurably reduces cortisol levels. Step 3. Layer your soothing. White noise plus dim light plus gentle motion together is significantly more effective than any one method alone. Think of it as creating a total sensory cocoon. Step 4. Be patient and stay calm yourself. Babies are extraordinarily sensitive to parental stress. If you're tense and frustrated, your baby can feel it, and it makes settling harder. Take one slow breath before you begin. And going forward, track your baby's wake windows. There are free apps designed specifically for this. Knowing the window removes the guesswork entirely. Let's bring it all together. The 3 signs most parents miss: the glassy zone-out stare, ear pulling and face touching, and the deceptive second wind. All 3 are your baby communicating in the only language they have. Learning to read it isn't just about better sleep, it's about understanding your baby more deeply. You are not failing when your baby won't sleep. You just needed more information. And now you have it. If this video helped you see your baby sleep differently, please hit that like button. It genuinely helps this video reach more exhausted parents who need it. Subscribe so you never miss our next science-based parenting video. And most importantly, tell me in the comments, which of these 3 signs have you been missing? I read every single one. You've got this. And your baby is lucky to have a parent who cares enough to learn.